everyone and welcome back to my channel. So we are continuing on in my Roy G. Biv series. Basically, I just go through each color of the rainbow and I talk about my favorite polishes in those colors. So we already started with the color red. I will link that video down below. So today we are talking about the color orange. Not a big fan. Orange and I just have this weird on again, off again relationship. Sometimes I think, yeah, orange, you're not so bad. And then some days orange comes up to me and just slaps me right across the face and I'm like, you're just a jerk. I always like orange on other people. I'm like, ooh, that's a gorgeous color. I love that color on you. But for me personally, it just never looks right. And I don't know if that's because of like my skin tone or if it's just the fact that I don't have an orange personality. But I wanted to do this Roy G. Biv thing, and so I thought, no, Juanita, let's really look hard in your collection and see if you can find some oranges. And oddly enough, I actually found quite a bit. Maybe we're just more frenemies. I think we're on frenemy status, but anyway, enough about analyzing my relationship with orange. Let's just talk about these polishes. I have 10 orange polishes in here. I'm going to pick them out in no particular order, and we're going to talk about some of the oranges that I find myself wearing more than once, that I enjoyed wearing quite a bit when I did wear them, and oranges that I'm just like, yes, orange. Killing it. You are just killing it. So let's get in there. It's really loud. The first one is definitely a cult classic. This is Flip Flop Fantasy. It is a beautiful, in-your-face, bright, neon sherbet orange. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic for the summer. It makes you look so very tan and lovely. One of my favorites, most definitely. So the issue with this though is it's got some tood sometimes, and sometimes you want to deal with it and sometimes you don't. But I know that this this formula in particular kind of changes from bottle to bottle, so everybody has like different experiences with this one. For me personally, she's a little bit sassy. You could be okay with 2 coats, but I get a little bit baldy. It doesn't quite spread out or like even out very nicely, so I have to put on a third. And so since you do a third on one, you got to do a third on everybody. But it does dry very, very fast, which I appreciate. The other fun thing about this polish is that it dries matte, which I love. I love matte neons. I just think they're gorgeous, amazing, and super fun to work with, especially if you do some stamping on top of it with like a more glossy polish. It's just fun. It's just a good time. The next one is SquareHue. This is Rambla de Reval. This is from the Brazil box from 2014. That's a long time ago. Not really. So it's just this really beautiful citrusy orange polish with a beautiful gold shimmer running through it that I absolutely adore. It's a beautiful watery consistency that's perfect for water marbling. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest for actual application to the nail. You have to go anywhere from 2 to 3 coats to get this opaque, and it takes a little bit longer to dry than you would want. The next orange we have is Wet n Wild. I love this one. This one's called Sun Settle Down. I want to say this is from California Dreaming Collection. Ah, I dropped it on the floor. It's just this really beautiful pastel sherbety orange. It's not in your face orange. It's kind of a yellowy orange. And honestly, I was so incredibly surprised at how much I loved this polish. I wore this when I first bought it. I wore it, then I took it off and put something else on, and then I took that off immediately and put this one back on. I did that like maybe 3 or 4 times. I would try a different color and then I'd take it off and I'd end up putting this one back on. I just felt like it looked really nice on my skin, and I have no idea why. I just really, really liked the way that it looked. And it's in the classic Wet n Wild Mega Last formula, which is just fantastic. It was opaque in 2 coats. Really, really like this one. The next one that I have is Have Courage. This is an Orly Color Blast that was with the Mulan collection that they came out for Walgreens, I want to say like last summer. I love this polish. If you watched any of my vlogs during Vlogtober, I use this polish all the time for Halloween. I thought it was perfect. I absolutely love, love, love this polish. It is a very, very neon yellow orange. So incredibly gorgeous, and just, it does something to me. I look at it and I'm like, I need this polish on my hands right now. And I believe this is a re-promote from a classic Orly color. I'm not sure which one it is, but as soon as I figure out which one it is, I'm definitely gonna buy a full-size bottle of it because I have worn this thing so much. It's already like a quarter of the way finished, so I have like 3/4 left, and I'm like, oh no, this is not gonna last me. I need to get the full size of this. It's gorgeous. The formula is it's a neon, so when you say neon, you already know what you need to expect. If I wanted to get the color I see in the bottle, I had to do 3 coats. Or I could have done a white base coat and 2 coats of this one. Either way, you're doing 3 coats of nail polish. So generally, I just go off and do 3 coats of this and just leave it at that. The next one that I have is Pearly Brights. This is a gorgeous neon orange with a pink / purpley shimmer running through it. I did a 30-second swatch review of this. I will link it down below. I really love this. This is from Nina Ultra Pro. I got it from Sally Beauty Supply, and I really, really like it. You do have to go anywhere from 2 to 3 coats to get it opaque since it is a neon, but it dries to a matte finish, so you get this really beautiful pearlescent kind of vibe coming off of it. It's gorgeous. It's so very, very pretty. And if you put a glossy top coat on it, it really brings out that shimmer a little bit better. But I honestly prefer it as a matte with the matte top coat because it just looks so pearly. It's like a neon pearl. I really, really like it. The next one that I have from my top oranges would be Lady and the Vamp. It's just a classic like blaze orange. I honestly don't have very many blaze orange colors. I have like maybe 2 or 3, and I liked this one the most because of the formula. The formula was the best for this one out of the 3 that I had. This one is a 2 to 3 coater. Again, if you want the color you see in the bottle, you're gonna need 3 coats, or you could do 1 coat of a white base and then 2 coats of this color, which I think is kind of just the trend for neons. That's just how it goes. It does dry very fast, which I really appreciate, and it dries to a nice glossy finish, which is just fun. The next orange polish that I have is another Orly Color Blast, and this is Positively Primeval Gaston. This is from the Belle collection. Again, most likely this is a re-promote of another polish in the Orly line. I'm not sure what it would be, but this is a very elegant and a very like feminine orange. It's very peachy and sherbety in nature, and it has gold glitter running through it, which is gorgeous. Now, unfortunately, when it applied to the nail, the gold is there. It's just not like in your face there, but it is definitely there, and it provides just a little bit of sparkle when in the sunlight. The only problem with this one is that it takes forever to dry and you have to go anywhere from 2 to 3 coats to get full opaque coverage, which probably adds to the dry time issue. And the only way I am able to enjoy this one is by putting Sally Hansen's Fast Dry, Insta Dry top coat on there, the one in the red bottle. That's the only way I'm able to enjoy this polish, because if I don't use that fast drying top coat, it takes forever for this baby to dry. So I highly recommend, you have this color and you didn't really like it, try it again and use that Insta Dry Fast Dry top coat, because that's the only way I am able to like work with this one, because without that fast dry top coat, it would not be happening. We have 3 left in my top oranges. Third to last one is Push the Limit from Orly. This is a gorgeous, bright, neon orange. It's not an acid or like a bleached neon. It's just a straight up like coral neon, which I absolutely love. The formula on this one is awesome. It's a solid 2-coater, and it's just a perfect bright neon orange for summer. I love the finish. It's a nice kind of glossy finish to it. Just gorgeous. Love this one a whole lot, and it definitely fills my need for like a neon orange in the summertime. Really like this one. The next one that I have in my top oranges would be Ciate's Baby Doll. I love this polish a whole lot. I think mainly the reason I like it so much is the formula. It's a great solid 2-coater that dries to this like flawless porcelain matte finish. Absolutely gorgeous. And on top of that, it's just this really sophisticated, beautiful peachy cream that just reminds me of like a doll's complexion. It is gorgeous, so classy, so feminine. Absolutely love it. The reason I love matte polishes like this so much is because they look phenomenal when you do some metallic accents with it on top. Whether you're doing like metallic stud work or you're doing metallic stamping, metallics with this kind of matte polishes are just gorgeous. And then the last polish that I have in my top oranges is Jinx by OPI. This is from their Liquid Sands line, and it is amazing. It's a lot of red, orange, and gold glitters that are just jam-packed in there so much that when you apply it to your nail and you let it dries to like a super sandy, almost like sandpaper-like texture. I love it. It is a highly, highly texturized glitter polish, but it is so incredibly gorgeous. It's just so very beautiful. It is a beast to take off, so I highly recommend wearing a peel-off base coat with this one, or at least just be prepared for the long haul when it comes time for removal. Now, the fun thing about this is that I have actually a dupe in my collection that looks really, really close to it, if not identical, and that would be Zoeys Destiny. This is from the Pixie Dust line. This polish is almost identical to Jinx. They look very, very similar in the bottle. It looks like Jinx might have a little bit more gold mixed in there, but when you put it on swatches or on the nail, they look almost identical. Like, I honestly can't tell the difference between the two of them. These are solid 2 coaters. You could touch up with a third, like just put little bits here and there for a third if you're missing spots. Just because due to the nature of these polishes, since they are so highly textured, there are times where like as you're applying it, you kind of create bald patches as you're applying it with your brush just because of the density of the glitter and the texture, but you can easily go back and just dab it in. That's the nice thing about these really highly textured polishes, is that you can go back and just dab in any extra glitters that you missed, and you don't like ruin the appearance of the polish because it is so highly textured. I like putting a top coat on these. It does absolutely nothing for the texture, but it does really, really make the glitter sparkle so very nicely. So those are my favorite oranges. I was actually quite pleased and proud of myself that I was able to find like 10 oranges that I wear more than once and that I actually like really like. So now it's your turn. What are your favorite oranges? Leave them in the comment section down below because I am dying to know, and I'm dying to find out what your favorite oranges are. Next up, we are going to be looking at yellow. I don't like yellow. I definitely do not like yellow, so that's gonna be another interesting video. How am I gonna do that? I'm not quite sure. There might just be 5 polishes. We will find out. But that is my video for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!